The card in the number one spot today has gone up almost 500% in the last 30 days. Can you guess who it is? But you might be even more surprised by who is not on today's top 5 list. I'll tell you more now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. I am freshly back from Fanatics Fest. What an incredible experience that was, and also what a fun end to the NBA season and the NHL season. So much has happened in the sports and sports card world over the last couple of days, and of course today we're here to tell you how all of that has affected the prices of cards. And of course, today's Top 5 is sponsored by Whatnot. Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun. And if you scan the QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, you will get $15 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Okay, let's start by taking a look at the overall sports card market with the Market Pulse by Market Movers. Over the last 7 days, the SCI 500 index of the 500 most prominent sports cards is precisely flat. It's pretty flat over the last 30 days as well, so not a lot of up or down movement. But going back to January 1st, the index is still up 4.3%, so good to see we are still trending positive on the year. But there are some cards individually that have gone up and down quite a bit. So let's get into them right now. It is time for today's Top 5. We're starting today with a cold card, as we do every week, because it is a reminder that sometimes the hot cards in this program can quickly turn cold. So always be careful when you are buying and never hesitate to sell if a card is up a lot and take a little bit of profit. And the cold card this week is none other than Konnor McDavid. Yes, Connor McDavid, the center for the Edmonton Oilers. We all know, of course, Connor McDavid is widely regarded as the best player in the National Hockey League, known for his elite speed, skill, and his playmaking ability. But despite his dominance, McDavid has faced heartbreak in the Stanley Cup playoffs the last 2 years, especially in the Stanley Cup finals the last 2 years, coming so close to winning the championship, yet he and the Oilers have fallen just short now of winning the championship in the finals 2 years in a row. Now look, this doesn't change the fact that McDavid is one of the best players in hockey and probably still a very good long-term investment, but until he gets over that hump, his cards are not necessarily going to take that next leap. And now that his season is over and he didn't get the championship, unfortunately his cards are starting to fall in the market. Let's take a look here in Market Movers and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I've got 5 of his kind of rookie cards up on the screen. This one's kind of a pre-rookie. This is his 2013 Sports Illustrated for Kids card in PSA 8. And this one you can see, not an expensive card, but over the last 30 days, it's down a little bit over 9%. It was up towards $36 and now it's down around $30. So that one's dropped a little bit. On the much higher end, this is his 2015 SP Authentic Future Watch Auto card in PSA 10. Very high-end card. 30 days ago, you could have bought that card for over $14,000, and there was a sale just the other day at $9,600. That is a huge drop. Almost a $5,000 drop in the value of that card over the course of the last 30 days. You absolutely hate to see that. That's not good. Maybe now will be an opportunity to start to buy some of these cards before next season. His 2015 Upper Deck Star Rookies card, one of his much more affordable cards. This card is down 32.4% over the course of the last 30 days. And then how about his Young Guns? Everybody knows his Young Guns card from 2015 Upper Deck. In PSA 10, it's just down a little bit over 1% over the last 30 days. PSA 9's down a little bit more. This one's down about 13% over the course of the last 30 days. So, you know, these cards are down different amounts, but a lot of them are down. And it is sad to see Connor McDavid's cards on this path right now. But now let's talk about cards going up. And for our investment card of the week, it is none other than Mike Ditka of Da Bears. We've got Ditka in the top 5 today. It is incredible to see. Of course, you guys know, many of you probably know Mike Ditka actually as a coach, but he played for a lot of years. He was a tight end for the Chicago Bears from 1961 through 1966. Then he went on and played with the Eagles, and then he went on and played with the Cowboys for a few years. He was known as a tough, hard-nosed tight end whose play made a lasting impact. He played 12 seasons in total, and he was known as one of the best tight ends of his era when he played. He actually made 5 Pro Bowls and was named first-team All-Pro in 1963 and 1964, and he won the NFL championship with the Bears back in 1963. Of course, many people today remember him as a head coach when he led the Bears to a Super Bowl victory back in 1985. But however you remember Mike Ditka, his card prices are something you should be remembering and paying attention to. Let's take a look here in Market Mover. So this is his 1962 Topps rookie card. Man, he looks young there. So this card recently sold, guys, get this, in PSA 9 condition. There was a sale of this card just a few days ago for $207,500. Can you believe that? Somebody paid $207,000 for Ditka's card? They did. It's incredible to see in PSA 9 condition. In the other grades, it's a little more affordable, but they're still pretty high end. In PSA 8, the most recent sale of that card was $10,200. That card is up 74% over the last year, over the last 365 days. In PSA 7, most recently sold for close to $2,000. That card up 8% over the last year. In PSA 6, that card is up 36%. Most recently sold for $850. So a nice increase on all of these cards over the last year. It's nice to see some vintage football cards getting some real love in the market. But now let's talk about players playing today. And in the number 5 spot, it is James Tibbs III, who is now emerging as a key prospect recently acquired by the Boston Red Sox in the Rafael Devers trade. Tibbs was drafted 13th overall by the Giants in 2024, and then of course he was traded to Boston last week, and he has shown strong hitting ability while progressing from low A to high A. People are excited about the fact that he combines power and plate discipline, so he could now be one of the Red Sox organization's top young bats and a potential cornerstone in future Red Sox lineups down the road. We'll see if that happens or not. But the trade made enough people excited about his future possibilities that they have been buying his cards and his prices have been going up. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. This is James Tibbs' 2024 Bowman Draft, his first Chrome Draft Picks auto card. We're going to look at this one in PSA 10 condition. We're also going to look at some of his other cards, including his 2024 Bowman Draft non-auto refractor in PSA 10 condition. We're also going to look at his Draft Picks auto refractor in PSA 9 condition, and we're going to look at that in raw condition as well. And then finally, let's look at his Chrome Draft Picks auto aqua lava refractor number to 199 in raw condition. And you can see by the chart, all of these are moving in an upwards direction, especially over the last couple of weeks since that trade. These cards are up anywhere between about 6% and all the way up to 120%. The one that's up the most is that raw of the Bowman Draft Picks Chrome Auto. That card was $15 30 days ago. Most recently sold for $33. So that one has more than doubled over the last 30 days. All of these cards still relatively affordable, but if he eventually starts making a mark in the majors for Boston, maybe they won't be affordable for too much longer. We have another prospect in the number 4 spot today. It is Konnor Griffin, a shortstop prospect for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's making an early statement as one of the most exciting young prospects in the Pirates organization. Griffin earned a promotion to High A Greensboro after leading the Florida State League in batting average and total bases with a strong mix of power and speed. And since that move, Griffin has continued to produce at a high level. He's hitting nearly 400 with multiple extra base hits every week. So a lot of people are excited about what Konnor Griffin could do in the major leagues down the road. And while that's a bit speculative, people are certainly snatching up his cards right now on that future possibility. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Konnor Griffin was also part of that 2024 Bowman Draft. A lot of cards from 2024 Bowman Draft that people really like. This is his base refractor, I should say, his refractor of his non-auto card. We're going to look at that one in PSA 10 condition. We're also going to look at his auto from that set in raw condition. We're also going to look at his refractor non-auto in raw condition. We're going to look at his Sapphire Edition in PSA 10 condition from 2024 Bowman Draft Sapphire. And then we're also going to look at that Sapphire Edition in raw condition. And you can see on the chart, all of these moving in a really nice direction. In fact, over the last 30 days, all of these cards are up anywhere between 50% and all the way up at 137%. Check out this increase, guys. The raw version of his 2024 Bowman Draft first auto card. 30 days ago, you could have picked that card up for $182. It most recently sold for $431. That is an increase of $249 in the last 30 days. Let's stick with baseball for the number 3 spot today, but let's talk about a player who is actually producing at the major league level, and that player is no other than James Wood, the left fielder for the Washington Nationals. James Wood is establishing himself as a rising star for the Washington Nationals. He is truly having a breakout season this year. So far, Wood has hit 21 home runs with a .934 OPS, and he's delivered several clutch performances, including a walk-off homer that ended an 11-game losing streak. His power surge continued with a 451-foot blast against the Dodgers, adding to growing buzz about a potential home run derby experience. By the way, that home run derby is taking place here in Atlanta. The All-Star game is just a couple of weeks away, and it is 1 mile from Cards HQ. So if you have any opportunity to get to Atlanta for the All-Star game, for the home run derby, do so and come by Cards HQ. We're going to have players at the shop all weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's get back to talking about James Wood and his cards, because as you can imagine, all of this performance is causing all of his card prices to go up. We're going to take a peek here in Market Movers. I got 6 of his cards on the screen. We're going to go back to 2022 Bowman to look at his first Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto. We're going to look at that as the out of 499 refractor in PSA 10 condition. We're also going to look at the non-auto base card from 2022 Bowman in PSA 10. And we're going to look at the Mega Box from 2022 Bowman Chrome Prospects in PSA 10 condition as well. And then finally, Sapphire in PSA 10 condition as well. And then we're also going to look at his best of 2022 autographs from 2022 Bowman's Best in raw condition. And then finally, let's look at his 2025 Topps rookie card, the new set that came out earlier this year in PSA 10 condition. And over the last 30 days, these are all up a pretty healthy amount. These cards are up anywhere between 13% and all the way up at about 34%. From a dollar standpoint, how about his 2022 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto in PSA 10 condition? 30 days ago, that card was selling for $882. It most recently sold for a cool $1,000. So that's a nice little $118 increase on that card in 30 days. And all of these cards up healthy amounts. Hey, if James Wood continues to perform the way he has been, these cards, I think they're going to continue to go up. In the number 2 spot, we've got another baseball player who is really getting it done in the majors right now. It is Cal Raleigh, the catcher for the Seattle Mariners. Raleigh is emerging as one of the most dangerous power hitters in baseball. He had an historic first half for the Seattle Mariners this season. Cal Raleigh has 31 home runs. He has broken Johnny Bench's long-standing record for the most home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break. Over the past week, Raleigh batted .417 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs. This, of course, got him American League Player of the Week honors for a second time this season. And this offensive surge has pushed him into the American League MVP conversation and has helped lead the Mariners in a tight division race. So yeah, Cal Raleigh's cards, they're doing some big things in the market right now. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is his 2019 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto. We're looking at this card in raw condition. It's up almost 69% over the last 30 days. Most recently sold for $338. You could have snagged that card for just $200 30 days ago. And we're seeing a similar story with all of these cards. Here's an inexpensive one. This is his 2022 Bowman Chrome Sapphire Edition card, his rookie card from Bowman Chrome Sapphire. We're going to look at this in raw condition. It's up 147% in the last 30 days. Most recently sold for around $25, but you could have snagged that card for less than $10. just 30 days ago. His 2022 Topps SP Variation Raw is up about 13% in the last 30 days. His 2022 Topps Refractor Rookie Card in PSA 10, this thing has gone up a lot. 30 days ago, this card was $90, most recently sold for $149. And then finally, his 2022 Topps Chrome Rookie Auto in raw condition, this thing's up a ton as well. 30 days ago, that was a $75 card. It most recently sold for $170. So pat yourself on the back if you have any Cal Raleigh in your collection. All right, we've reached that moment in the show. It is time for today's #1 card of the week. But before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's program are from Market Movers. Market Movers is the ultimate way to track the changing sports card market and look up what millions and millions of cards are priced at every single day. And you can get started for free. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar, or go to the App Store on your phone, search Market Movers, and download the Market Movers app today. Okay, here we are. The #1 card of the week, guys. It is a clean sweep this week for baseball. We've got another baseball card in the #1 spot, and there is no arguing that this should be the case. Now, you might be surprised that basketball wasn't on today's list. Maybe you were expecting to hear about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or any of the other Oklahoma Thunder players, or maybe you were expecting some hockey with the Florida Panthers. But, as often happens, when a team wins the championship, there's often not a lot of movement on card prices after that, because often all of that hype leading up to the championship is actually when the cards were moving, not once the championship has actually been won. So they are not in today's top 5. The person who is #1 in today's top 5 is Jacob Misiorowski, the pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. His cards have been absolutely on fire. Jacob Misiorowski is making an electric debut for the Brewers. He has had 2 dominant starts to begin his Major League Baseball career. He threw 5 no-hit innings in his debut on June the 12th, and then he followed it up with 6 perfect innings in his second outing against the Twins. Across those 2 starts, he has allowed just 1 hit while striking out 11 batters, showcasing a fastball that consistently touches 100 miles per hour. And as Milwaukee pushes towards the All-Star break, Misiorowski's breakout is shaping up as a major boost to the Brewers' rotation, something that will help them a lot this second half of the season. His cards have been going berserk. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. Look at this chart. I'm going to switch to by percentage. It is unbelievable seeing how all of these cards have taken off. Guys, I'm talking about percentage increases as much as 447%. These card prices are insane. This is Misiorowski's 2022 Bowman Draft Chrome Auto card, his Draft Picks First Auto in PSA 10 condition. This card's up 312%. Most recently sold for $610. It was only a $148 card 30 days ago. And the raw version of that card has jumped from $51 all the way up to $263 in just 30 days. That's an insane 415% increase. How about the blue wave refractor version of that card in raw condition? It has jumped over the last 30 days from $178 all the way up to $400. This stuff is nuts. And the refractor in raw condition of the auto has jumped from $150 all the way up to $303. And then how about his Sapphire Edition non-auto in PSA 10? That thing's gone from $106 all the way up to $242. And then the raw version of that card, guys, the raw version of his 2022 Bowman Draft Sapphire Edition was $4.50 30 days ago. You might have been able to find that card in dollar bins at card shows a month or 2 ago. But guess what? It most recently sold for 41 bucks. What a flip that would have been. Had you bought it for $4 or even less, maybe $1 30 days ago, and now you can turn around and sell that card for $41? Wow. What a month for Jacob Misiorowski's cards. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, and make sure to go check out Market Movers. Download the Market Movers app from the App Store on your phone, or go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar. Appreciate you watching. and we'll see you again soon with our next episode. Take care.